I am so excited to be here with one of my favorite people in the world, known her for decades. We've done walking meetings, which we need to do that again. But Donna Dostal, President and CEO of the Community Foundation for Western Iowa. And we're also here with Katrina, Tribol. We just talked about that, Katrina Tribol. We're going to learn more about, what you're doing here and your role. But I'm going to go back to Donna because the last time we talked, I believe, was in March, and there were some things brewing, but you really couldn't say much about them. And one of them being Community Foundation of Western Iowa is a name change.
That's right.
So let's talk about that and kind of what that means and a little bit about the foundation.
Absolutely. And Andy, as usual, thank you so much for having me on. Thanks for letting me bring Katrina along today. And thank you so much for your voice in the community for nonprofits. We need you and love you. And so thank you for having us on today. And thanks for asking about the name change.
Because, I know, the big deal.
Actually, yeah, we announced it earlier this year and super excited about it. It was about a year and a half of working in the community and getting feedback from all of our stakeholders in Southwest Iowa. And really the reason that we came to the name Community Foundation for Western Iowa is because we have been focusing on kind of a greater impact footprint in Southwest Iowa by virtue of our Women's Fund for Southwest Iowa, our Mental Health Fund for Southwest Iowa, also our Make It Happen fundraising courses that we do to help our nonprofit partners really increase their sustainability and their acumen around how do you make that day-to-day really work and ensure that you have enough to meet your needs, and then ultimately ensure that you have sustainability for the long term for your organization, which has been super successful. So in light of that, and just the increased focus that we have from a regional perspective, we thought it was a good time to take a look at the name. Pottawatomie County Community Foundation. It does speak to our roots. We started in Pottawatomie County. We're a standalone community foundation, nationally accredited, kind of scrapped our way from ground up in 2008 when a lot like right now, it was a tough time. There were not a lot of folks that were willing to invest in, they're kind of holding things close to the vest because of the economic conditions. And here we are today, almost 2 decades later, and have grown to, $50 million worth of assets and being able to grant. Now we just are getting ready to announce the latest grant cycle for our Women's Fund.
Yeah.
And so we've granted over $190,000 for the Women's Fund in just 2 years. It's been an instrumental part in just lifting women up in our community. So we're honored, and we feel like the name reflects better who we are and what we do.
Yeah, absolutely. Because also you've been with the organization for, is it 3 years, 2 years?
It's 4. It's just over 4. Yeah, it was 4 years in March. Yeah, April.
Yeah. So, looking at that and working with you over the past 4 years and really having a better understanding of what the foundation does. I mean, I think the name change in itself it really is. I've learned so much about Council Bluffs, but so much about Southwest Iowa as a whole and all the amazing things that are happening over there from a nonprofit standpoint, from a business standpoint. So it's an exciting time. It's a really exciting time.
It is. Yeah, very exciting and just a super quick plug, Metro Magazine is getting ready to drop a dedicated issue to Southwest Iowa, which it's going to be the July issue, I believe.
Yep,
and
July,
July, August issue. And we're just so honored to be part of it.
Yeah, I encourage everybody to go. If you're not getting it in the mail, go to spiritofomaha.com and check it out. So, but let's talk about Katrina and what she's doing here. So I'm not even going to say anything. I'm going to let you two take it away. And Donnie, you can introduce her.
So one of the things that one of the other initiatives that we felt kind of precipitated the name change is the fact that we want to continue to incentivize individual and group philanthropy in our community. When Potawatomi Gives and Omaha Gives sunsetted in 2020, we really took an active role in promoting Giving Tuesday and partnering with Share Omaha.
Mhm.
And, you know, between the PCCF at the time and now Community Foundation for Western Iowa and Share Omaha, we really have taken up that mantle to engage individuals around volunteerism, gifts in kind, you know, through the Amazon wish list for our nonprofits and individual gifts. But we thought it was time that Iowa had its own platform to really build up our Iowa nonprofits, expand it into the 9 counties of Southwest Iowa, and really make it a force to be reckoned with, to alongside with Share Omaha, which is already doing so much good. And so to us, this partnership, this amplification of philanthropy was the perfect way to, you know, really take it to the next level, just to plus it up. And to do that, we hired the most dynamic person, Katrina Trabal.
Well, thank you.
Katrina, tell them a little bit about who you are.
Yeah, absolutely. So Katrina Trabal, I grew up in Trainer, Iowa, small town girl, raised in Trainer, went to Iowa State, came back to Trainer. And I have a 15-year history in service, dedication to our community, particularly senior healthcare. So I love service. I love our small towns. I love Iowa. And so with that passion, I'm super excited to be the lead with Share Iowa and to help our nonprofits and our communities in Iowa to be amplified, to be seen, to have more options, to have more donors. And so it's a super exciting time to have Share Iowa.
Oh my gosh. I'm so excited for that as well. And so let's just talk a little bit about, you said a lot there, but is there anything else? Share Iowa, we're going to be doing a Giving Tuesday again. That's going to be,
Yes.
it's going to be here before you know it.
Right. We're already excited and planning for Giving Tuesday.
Yes.
So we're going to be launching at the end of August for Share Iowa.
Okay.
So it's going to be a great time. Come September, we're going to be doing webinars and trainings for our nonprofits in those communities that may not be on Share Omaha. So they're going to get that opportunity to get on Share Iowa just in time for that Giving Tuesday platform, which is going to be very exciting opportunity for some of our nonprofits that haven't had the opportunity to participate in Giving Tuesday.
Really amplify their voice.
Yeah.
And to Katrina's point about we actually are officially launching the updated platform with Share Omaha in August.
Yes.
And so our Iowa nonprofits will see a seamless transition. Folks will be able to search no matter where they are for their favorite nonprofits. They'll be able to search geographically and filter where they need to where they feel like they want to aim their support. And they'll find their Iowa nonprofits. They'll find them from Omaha. They'll find them from Clarinda, Iowa. They'll find them from Lincoln, Nebraska. It just doesn't even matter. They're going to be able to find them, which is great. But they'll be able to present their own persona, their own Iowa culture, and really we're going to amplify that. And so to make it super fun, even more super fun, we are having a launch party in September 13th at 5 p.m.
4 to 7 p.m.
4 to 7. So even more fun, more time.
Right?
4 to 7 p.m.
Who doesn't love a party?
That's right. We know we do. And so it's going to be at Iowa Western Community College. And we're going to have a band. Spare Change Omaha is going to be there. God bless them. They're really, really good. They're going to rock the house. We're going to have food. We're going to have fun. We're going to have all of our nonprofits have the opportunity to showcase or to just come and party. And so it's really going to be a good time.
So let me ask you this question, and I don't expect you to have like the absolute specifics, but I got to know a lot of nonprofits in Council Bluffs and Southwest Iowa. There's so many amazing nonprofits. Do you have like a number, or what is like, how many for the most part are you overseeing or engaging with?
So currently, Share Omaha has over 100 nonprofits in Southwest Iowa that are on Share Omaha. So they're already familiar with that platform. But as we're doing research, each county, so there's 9 counties that we're going to be able to support with the Share Iowa launch. Each one has, nearly 100 nonprofits that will be able to benefit from this amazing resource.
Yeah. And at no cost to them. That's Correct. The thing to really stress, that this is something that we're doing in partnership with Share Omaha or Share Good, share the platform.
Yeah.
And we've sought out funding through the Charles E. Lakin Family Foundation, through Google. I know that Share Omaha has gotten grants from the Iowa West Foundation as well. And then of course, we at the Community Foundation are helping to fund all of this so that our nonprofits can really have a place and a platform that's of no cost to them, but a tremendous resource.
Yeah. Well, I'm excited. So September 13th, you're having a big
party. Yes, hope to see you there.
You better come.
Yeah,
we're going to make sure
absolutely. I will.
You're right on the VIP guest list.
I will be there. I'm going to backtrack for just 1 second to when you did the big announcement for the name change, which also was the ribbon cutting for your new office, which first of all is beautiful. I was there, and that was a big thing too.
It was a big deal.
Talk about the Lakin Foundation. I mean, there's this beautiful piece of artwork. Talk a little bit about that.
So the Charles E. Lakin Foundation, when we met with them originally, they were just moving over to the Charles E. Lakin campus over in Council Bluffs, and they do a lot of focused funding in Southwest Iowa, but they also fund in Nebraska. Charles Lakin was a tremendous philanthropist, him and his family. And so when we met with them, we were telling them a little about the Women's Fund and the Mental Health Fund, and they said, and then we said, and we bought our building, and someday we're going to expand. And they're like, okay, hold on a second, what was that you said? And so they were very generous in helping us to not only renovate our existing space, but expand. And so we basically doubled our footprint. We have a lovely meeting room that the community can use as well. A great room for like board meetings and such that's utilized by nonprofits. And we had an amazing ribbon cutting with the Council Bluffs Chamber of Commerce. And we had the mayor came and everything. And we counted about 150 people. For ribbon cutting.
There were quite a few people there.
Quite a few people. And we worked with Zach Jones from the Art Church in Malvern, Iowa, to do a special commemorative piece to thank the Lakin Foundation for their generosity. And so it's a huge picture in our conference room of the original house that Charles and Florence Lakin lived in. And then it also has children on the lawn playing and commemorating and really highlighting all of the areas that the Lakin Foundation supports. If you have a chance and you're in Council Bluffs and you're by the Community Foundation, stop in to see it because it's quite a piece. And for you to be able to see Zach Jones' work here in Council Bluffs is a big deal.
Yeah. Well, ladies, I've been so excited for everything happening, I say across the river, but it truly is also my home. I've spent lots of time over there and just love the nonprofits and the business community that's so supportive. And like you said, we've got a 16+ issue coming out.
16 pages.
That's all about everything that's happening over there. And then Midlands Business Journal also is doing a Council Bluffs growth report that's going to be talking about what's happening in the business community as well. So we're just excited to be a part of it. And I just thank you so much for everything, Donna, that you do and have done. And Katrina, wow, I can't wait to see what's going to happen. And
it's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Anything. Good God, why do it if it's not fun?
Right.
Yeah. You know what?
Make it fun.
Yeah.
Agreed. Absolutely agreed. So any final words that you want to just say in a few seconds before I let you go?
Yeah, just come visit us. We GiveWesternIowa.org. GiveWesternIowa.org. We are the Community Foundation for Western Iowa. We're here to help create impact and support philanthropy in our community. So thank you so much, Andy, for having us on today. And thanks for everything that you do in our communities.
You're welcome.
Yes, thank you.
And thank you both. So I will be seeing you soon. Well, I am here with Corey Nelson. She is the Director of Development and Public Relations for the Midlands Humane Society. Corey, thank you so much for joining me today.
You're so very welcome. I love it every time.
I have first of all, I love you guys. I have to always say this. My little beautiful Sunny Sunshine adopted her back in 2018. 2018, no, 2020. Oh my gosh, where'd I get 2018 from? I don't know. But 2020, and she is such a gift and such a blessing to my life. She was a specialty kitty. She couldn't see, her eyes were removed at a very young age. And I actually adopted her, I mean, not too long after that happened. And, but again, you guys do such important work in the community for the animals. So let's just talk a little bit about Midlands Humane Society and kind of the mission and who you serve and all that good stuff.
Okay, well, we opened our doors in 2015 and we took over what used to just be the animal control services that had opened in the 1970s in Council Bluffs. So we made great strides, huge changes, and really wanted to put a focus on the education component, the benefit for owning pets for both, emotional, mental, physical, all those things that pets bring into our lives. And so, 2022, we feel like we're living the dream, living a success story, and really making an impact on the animals that are in our area, as well as the people that live here, and giving them a little furry friend, little furry family member that they can have in their home. So.
Yeah, animals impact our lives in ways that we can't even imagine at times. I mean,
100%. Yep.
They're a part of our family. So, well, let's talk about, Wags and Wheels car show. This is so much fun. And we are in what year? This is the 5th annual. So coming up on Sunday, August 28th. So let's talk about Wags and Wheels. What is it?
So this one is fun. Our gala, we love our gala. It's our biggest fundraiser of the year. But there are certain things about, galas and black tie events and all those things, even though ours isn't a super formal black tie by any means, but not everyone likes a dinner party. So this car show definitely hits a different demographic. It's a family-friendly event. You can come up and see lots of different cars, trucks, old and new and everything in between. There's a live band. Radio Pilot will be performing. They've done our last few years and they're super popular. We have food and drink specials. We have awesome raffles, silent auctions, 50-50 drawing. There's just a ton of stuff to do for people. We have the benefit of being up at Thunderbolt and McCoy and a gathering room. It's all up there right off Madison Avenue in Council Bluffs. So super easy to get to off the interstate. Great views, air conditioning, shade, indoor bathrooms, all those things that I think are a big deal for a car show. And then super great cars. So it is just one of those events that people can come, bring your kids. There's not a cost to enter if you're just viewing the cars. Very, minor cost to enter if you have a vehicle that you want judged, and get the chance to win some amazing trophies that we have available. So you can register online. You can register, you can click a Facebook link when we put those out, or you can just pop into Midlands and register in person.
Well, and let me ask you this. I mean, can you bring your dogs? Is this a dog-friendly show? I don't know. That's why I'm asking the question.
It is. So we occasionally will bring animals that are adoptable. It just depends on kind of the situation at hand, the day of the show, with who we have to maybe bring up, because it is a very public, very busy event, and that doesn't always suit every animal.
For sure.
We would just ask that the public can certainly bring animals, just be respectful of Thunderbolt's rules if pets are or are not allowed in the building, and obviously the nature of the business with cars, and people that have cars are, they're very, very careful with environmental situations that they take their cars out in. So just being careful that your dog's on a leash, obviously, well managed. But we have definitely seen dogs come up to the show. So we welcome that, just being mindful of the situation.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Absolutely. Okay. So I'm looking at my notes here. You have car classes? How many car classes? Like classes meaning like what type of car you have and like the year or whatever.
Right. So there's 13. So they range from things like original, truck, sports category, foreign, GM, Ford, those kinds of classes. So 13 of those. So you have to enter your car specifically into one of those classes. And then that's what you're judged on for first, second, and third place trophies in those classes. And then we have 5 best of. So things like obviously best in show, you have to have that one. Best paint, best engine, best custom, all those things that we have. So there's 5 of those. And then we have the raffles and silent auctions that anybody else can participate in. So it's fun to bring the winners up at the end of the day. So the car show starts at 12. The awards start at 3. So the day's over for sure by 4. And then we come up, bring the winners up. They get applauded. They love their trophies. And then we have new designs every year. I'll show you this year's design. I'm going to put it in front of the camera.
Okay, cool.
Oh, so pardon me. This is a dash plaque from last year. This is last year's design.
Okay.
I think I emailed you. Hopefully we'll go on the screen this year. But last year, and then we do, so first 100 entrants get a dash plaque, collectible metal dash plaque they can keep with them. And then we do shirts. So if you register by August 1st, you will get a free collectible shirt. So we have our Wags and Wheels design here in the front.
Nice.
Our lights just turned off on us. And then we have our back, which is the same design. So that changes every year. We have an orange Volkswagen traveling van, which amazing. We're going to actually have an in-person Volkswagen traveling van at the show. The same color, everything. So the car gods shined down on us this year, and we got that lined up.
So awesome. That's so awesome. And I think one of the things that I just want to say, I mean, car shows, I think over the last couple of years, there haven't been as many just because of the whole pandemic and COVID thing. And I mean, this is a big deal. People love their cars. And people love looking at cars. And I guess the reason I'm saying this is encouraging everybody to just come out, because it's a great event. It's raising money, awareness for what Midlands Humane Society does, which is so important. And like you said, it's a family friendly event. It's a Sunday. I mean, how great is that?
Sunday afternoon, great venue. And like you mentioned, it does raise money. I know we currently have an animal in our shelter. It's a dog's name is Bentley. He had a torn ACL. So that was, the surgery is, I think actually just happened. So those are some of the things where this is a $4,000 surgery. And so we had some money from Petco Love, and then we were asking the public for some donations, but those situations come into animal shelters pretty regularly. And he's a young dog, it's a great dog, and it's just so hard to not, want to help any of these animals that come in, cat, dog, rabbit, whatever it is. And so the public's been incredibly supportive of Midlands Humane Society, sharing our Facebook posts. And so those things really do help us go that extra mile and save these animals. That it's not just the spaying and neutering or the vaccine. Sometimes these are, several hundreds of dollars, and we don't turn that around and charge that to the adopter. So they go under a regular adoption fee. And we just want to give these animals the best lease on life, and give the public a really great pet that they're proud to own. And know that they came from Midlands. So
well, and I mean, I will just speak to my experience in the last few moments that we have. Sunny Bunny, Sunny Sunshine. I mean, when I adopted her, she still had stitches on her eyes. I mean, that was a surgery that she had to have in order to be adoptable, but also I think just for her to have a quality of life.
Right.
And
not be in pain.
And not, and I'll say little Sunny Bunny, she, she's blind, and everybody's like, oh, she's blind. And I'm like, you know what? This little girl runs around like a mad woman. She does not know anything different, and she's so freaking happy. She is so happy. So
it's a good lesson for us all, right?
Just because there's something happening, animals are so adaptable and forgiving, and they're just resilient. Resilient. That's a great word. And she so I always encourage people to take a look at those animals that have that surgery, and also donate, because that is what you guys do, and that helps give them a quality of life that they deserve.
It gives us the freedom to be able to not say no. that we're able to help those
Yeah.
animals that come through, and adopt seniors. It's not always the puppies and kittens that
Yes.
get homes. They do too, but that 6 and 7-year-old dog and that 12-year-old cat, we get those regularly as well. And so, those pets make the best pets for certain people.
Absolutely.
You may not want the crazy runaround kitten, but you still want a companion. And so they're out there at shelters all over. So we encourage you to look for those pets too.
Yeah, because there are circumstances, whether an owner has passed away or whether they had to go into assisted living or whether they just had to move and couldn't take the pet, it's still, they're wanting a life that, and people, they're just, animals are awesome. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. So
In a nutshell, right.
in a nutshell.
Absolutely. But yes, our events, any of the fundraisers we do, it goes back to the animals. We have animals that are long-term dogs and cats that are here for weeks and weeks and months. And that is not an inexpensive, piece of the puzzle. Those are things that are taking a lot of time and money and
Sure.
care. And so that's what we need from the public, and to support those things. Every shelter needs those things. Holding on to animals if you can. A lot of shelters are faced right now with overpopulations where they're struggling. And so being able to, really keep your pet if it's in your power to do so. And if not, that's why shelters are here.
Yeah. And the education piece too. And also just knowing, if you've got a space in your home and a space in your heart that is inviting an animal in, do it, absolutely do it. So that way these other animals can get adopted. So, oh my gosh, this is a great conversation. I was thinking, we'll talk for 6 minutes and now it's almost 12 minutes. So, but encouraging everybody to come out on August 28th. I'm putting that on my calendar and I hope to see you there as well. So
It'll be a great event.
Yep. Thank you, Corey, so much. And
Thanks for your support.
yeah, you're welcome. And August 28th, folks, put it on your calendar. We'll talk soon.
Bye-bye.